Hey folks, Dude here, coming at you. Oh man, I am really not motivated to do this one, but apparently the gauntlet has been thrown down by, of all people, Mac Salty. We're not talking about Salty Shellback, oh no. We're talking about his cousin from another, TV show, MacGyver. We're talking about Mac Salty. Mac Salty was talking about, of all things, these guys, and what he's talking about is eating these guys. Now, what he did is, I'm going to have to swing around here, so give me 1 second here. Give me a pause, and hopefully the tripod will work with me. But he microwaved his critter, and he came up with something that he said was very close in approximation to something that actually was good. How could something good come from this? I don't know. Well, we'll embark upon this thing upon ourselves, and possibly have those items of which we're producing disembarking in great hurry and the crappening. Will result. My frying pan smells like it's getting hot, so we also have a frying pan on the stove. Notice the stove is clean, Mr. Troll. You can't say jack about it. My stove is clean. Okay, we're going to do two versions of the Mac Salty version of yumminess. We're going to do two versions. We're going to do one with a microwave preparation, which is pretty much he baked it off in a microwave. And the second off, we're going to do it almost like a fritter. We're going to fry it off and see what happens to this gack when you make it into other forms therein. All right, folks, I'm going to break off on this one, and next segment coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2. You know it now. Now, the way he did it in a hotel room, because McSalty is a mobile type of guy, well, it's not the way I'm going to do it. I am going to do it in a slightly different form therein, and I really am not looking forward to this one, guys. Chunk. Now, that's the other thing, too, is this stuff doesn't break along the lines of fault. It just kind of snaps, so let me break this up, and we'll make a homogenized moment of gackitude, and I'll get back to you in 1 second. Ew. Did I mention this stuff is basically kind of like a brick? I might need a mortar and pestle. Stand by on that one. Now, once you get to a certain point, you can kind of break it up. I really, truly am not looking forward to this. If I hadn't said that before, I really mean it. You can break this up, and like Salty said, essentially what you do, Mac Salty said, you can actually make something that is, better than its constituent components of this stuff and water. Let me finish breaking up my crack rock here. I'm sorry, my yummy, life-sustaining Walmart emergency food ration bar. Ugh. I'll get back to you in 1 second, because I'm not done yet. I still got to grind this further. Ugh. Did I mention I'm tired of playing with this stuff? Yeah, I'm really tired of playing with this stuff. Yep, tired of playing. I'll pick that up in a minute. Mrs. Dude will find out about it and go, hey, what happened to the counter? I cleaned it off and made another mess out of it. So, here we go. Remember, folks, in this horrible situation, always have a coffee grinder. Oh, and something to plug it into. Much better. I'm going to clean this out and get into the next step. All right, so having rendered our stuff into powdery form, let's just do a little bit of mixing. So, powdery stuff. What the hell? It's not, well, it is my stomach. Be right back. All right, now Salty never gave quantities therein for how much to add of which to which, so I'm going to add just a bit of warm water. And we'll see how this sucker rehydrates. I don't know how long he mixed, how long he soaked, or exactly what the process they're in, but this is looking positively gruel-like. Perhaps I added just a bit too much water, but All right, well, we'll simply go with this. And because I do stuff just a different, to a different drummer than the average person. Okay, we have what looks pretty much like a very thin batter here. And I could put it in a water glass like he does, or Mick Salty did. But I'm going to use a ramekin. Why? Because, well, I tend to cook. I don't tend to make a mess. I tend to cook. So, applying said stuff thusly, we have a half full ramekin, ungreased. He didn't mention anything about like adding any kind of form therein of greasing the pan before you cook. So let's just pop this sucker in the microwave for 2 minutes to see what's going on here. Okay, so 2 minutes of cook time. Stand by on that one. Whew. All this hard work has made me very, very thirsty. I'm gonna have to have some Tigger juice. Oh, excuse me 1 second. Such hard work. I had to drink some Tigger juice. I was feeling, well, at a low point of my energy level. Tigger juice works every time it's tried. Tiggy goodness. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. Let's see what's happening. It actually smells pretty good. Uh-oh. It looks cakey. Smells kind of cakey too. You know what? I think it's kind of almost like polenta. I'm gonna let this sit and cool. So actually, what you actually have is somewhat cakey like. But wait, there's more. I actually have a frying pan going here with some hot oil. So let's just do that next. All right, folks, got a hot pan here, hot oil, all the rest of the good stuff like that there. Did actually just throw some generic vegetable oil in there, nothing crazy. But we also happen to have some of this left. So let's just think like I don't know, hush puppy maybe. I don't know. Pancake. Let's just see what we got. And I'm just going to make one big one. What the hell? Alrighty then. Cook. That's the old cook's trick. Clean as you go. All right, I'm going to let this go for a little bit, flip it over, be right back. I need some paper towels, put it on. Give me 1 sec, be right back. All right, we have browned up pretty good. Time for flippage. Well, let's see what that does for a little bit and then take it off the fire. Looking at the official dude timer, I'm going to say this is done, so fire off. Or in this case, chop power, chop power. Okay, we got ourselves a plate with some paper towelage on the board. I'm going to let this cool for a couple of minutes, of course, wipe off the oil, and it really cooked quickly. I think there's a lot of sugar content in there, but it cooked quick. All right, so I'm going to break off on this one, let it cool off for a minute or two, and then we'll try both these items side by side with appropriate Tigger juice to swish it down with. Stand by, and I will be right back. All right, so we're back, and we have all three of these things in concert together, and we'll see how this works out. Okay, first and foremost, the ramekin is not exactly cold, but let's just pop this sucker out and see what we get. So, first and foremost, this kind of comes out and feels to me almost like a polenta. Okay, so you basically have like that cornmeal kind of thing, and I'm going to hack off a piece and give it a whirl, and texturally, it's almost exactly like polenta, okay? Maybe a little bit wetter, but like Mix Salty was saying, it does keep its shape. Okay, so I really just kind of probably just reconstituted this thing, but I commend it to you and Tabs and Companions. Hope I don't join them too soon. Mix Salty, brother, this one's... I blame you, okay? I blame you. I'll break up this one if I don't make it. Excuse me, folks. Alright, texturally... maybe a little bit more like pie crust. It is a hell of a lot more appealing like this than like the previous iteration of being like a brick of crumbly crap. You're trying another piece here. He probably broke it up a lot less thoroughly than I did. Alright, I'll tell him though, it is definitely better like this. Is it like eating apple pie? No, it's really not like eating apple pie, okay? But it is definitely a hell of a lot better than it was previously. Excuse me. Not bad. All right. We went two means of preparation. First off, we just added water and microwaved it like he, Mix Salty, did in his hotel room. So I kicked it up a notch, and I actually fried it up like a fritter or a pancake. So let's see if that added, detracted, or just made it completely suck worse than before. I commend it to you. This really is truly more like a polenta. Your classic sense. You basically fry it in olive oil. I use vegetable oil because olive oil adds too much flavor. And I did not think that that would be good combined with this. So let me go this way. For all the world, the interior really didn't get that much better. It's kind of more like just basically a wet gack kind of a thing. The outside, though, if you were trying to, just worst case scenario, trying to make something akin to like French toast, this is like apple cinnamon French toast. That's the closest thing I can approximate it to. I possibly did it over just a little bit. Probably should have been more like that than like this. But with the caramelization on board and the little bit of char, it tastes, to all intents and purposes, to me, almost like an apple cinnamon French toast. It's the most damnedest crazy thing. But the texture is just really strange in the middle. It's kind of like this kind of pasty, gluey kind of thing. But the taste, actually, the apple cinnamon's actually gotten knocked down by the heat. Believe it or not, it actually killed some of the flavor. But let me give it another whirl here. Just give me 1 second. All right, folks. Mix Salty, I think you're onto something, dude. But I'll tell you what, you got to get home, fry it up next time. Make sure you're really, just blend the crap out of it. Less. I mean, have some, chunks and nodules. I almost went for, almost like a true mixed kind of appearance, where I really just beat the snot out of it. Went for the smallest possible granule size I could get before I hydrated it and threw it in the pan. But this is also not bad. This is way, way better than this. It's so much better than the constituent block of ew. All right, folks, so tested and found effective. If you guys want to go out and you want to find yourself some of this stuff at Wally World, the emergency food ration bar, 2,400 calorie, you can use this in other ways, okay? Bust it up, add some water, either microwave it if you have any form source of power, or fry it, which is probably a bit easier over a campfire. I would say probably that idea about porridge sounds totally, completely, and absolutely disgusting. Don't do that to yourself. Fry it, or basically microwave it, or actually what you could do is maybe something akin to maybe just like a double boiler kind of a thing, and pretty much just kind of have it in the second pot with a little bit of oil, and it'll come out very similar to this, but not quite fried. All right, folks, I'm going to break up with this one. Eat good, keep centering as always, you know you love it. Emergency food ration bars are not good eating, but they will keep you running and gunning in the worst of times. And to my brother from another mother, Max Salty / Salty Shellback. Thanks, dude. This is definitely kind of a response video to you, but ooh, this is definitely not the way I'd want to run and gun in the worst of times. I think I'd be eating still the zombie sushi. See you guys. Eat good, keep tendering as always. You know it, you love it. Making something good from something not good. Ugh. See you guys.